Assalamu alaikum. Today I will talk about understanding media costs. Media costs in buying. Every advertisement you see, whether on television, a website, a billboard, or a podcast, represents a financial investment. Understanding how media costs work and how buying decisions are made is foundational to running campaigns that deliver real value. We have financial investment. All media exposure requires budget allocation across platforms and audiences. Variable costs pricing is different significantly across channels, formats, and audience segments. Buying efficiency, strategic purchasing decisions directly impact campaign ROI and reach. Advertising value, smart media buying maximizes the impact of every dollar spent. What are media costs? Media costs represent all expenses associated with placing and delivering advertising messages to a target audience. These costs go beyond simply purchasing a time slot or a page. They encompass a broad range of fees tied to visibility, targeting precision, and content integration. We talk about space and airtime costs. The base cost of purchasing a print, digital broadcast, or out-of-home placement within a given media vehicle. Production integration fees, costs for embedding branded content directly into editorial or programming environments. Placement premiums, additional charges for high visibility positions such as front page placements, pre-roll video. What happens? The ad is shown before the video is shown, or home page takeovers. Data and targeting charges, fees paid to access audience data sets, behavioral profiles, or third-party targeting layers that improve relevance. Why media costs are increasing? Media costs have risen steadily across both traditional and digital channels. Several structural forces are driving this inflation, making it harder for advertisers to achieve the same reach and frequency at historical price points. Audience fragmentation, consumers are spread across hundreds of platforms, forcing advertisers to buy more placements to achieve equivalent reach. Competition for attention, more advertisers competing for finite, limited consumer attention pushes the cost of capturing meaningful engagement higher. Premium digital inventory demand, competition for high quality digital placements, especially video and social, has driven up auction prices significantly. Rising data costs as third-party cookies phase out, the cost of accessing reliable audience data through alternative means has increased. Traditional versus digital cost structures. One of the most fundamental distinctions in media buying is the difference between how traditional and digital media are priced. Traditional media relies on fixed negotiated rate cards, while digital media operates on dynamic auction-based systems where prices fluctuate in real time. We have traditional media where pricing is fixed and predictable based on standard rate cards published by media owners, negotiated fixed rates agreed in advance, standard rate cards for broadcast, print, and out-of-home, bulk discounts available through agency agreements, and costs determined by audience size and time slot. So obviously the more the audience and the better the time slot, where it is prime time, for example, right, during the news hours, that would be considered as more expensive. Digital media pricing is dynamic and market driven, changing moment to moment based on supply and demand signals. So auction-based pricing via programmatic platforms, real-time bidding determines final costs. Costs fluctuate based on competition and targeting. Performance-linked pricing models, cost per click, CPC, cost per mil, CPM, and cost per acquisition, CPA. The economics of audience attention. Advertisers are not buying media platforms. They are buying attention, visibility, and behavioral influence. In the modern advertising economy, the true commodity being traded is not airtime or web page space. It is the limited attention or finite attention of consumers. Media platforms are simply vehicles that aggregate and deliver that attention. As Davenport and Beck argued, attention has become the scarcest and most valuable resource in modern business, and advertising costs ultimately reflect its price. Attention capturing genuine consumer focus in a distracted multi-screen environment. Visibility ensuring the message is seen, not skipped, blocked, or buried. Engagement motivating a meaningful response, a click, a share, a purchase consideration. Behavioral influence shifting attitudes, preferences, and purchasing decisions over time. Planning and buying. The second major pillar of media cost management, understanding how advertising inventory is planned, negotiated, and purchased to deliver campaigns effectively. What is media buying? Media buying is a process of acquiring advertising space and time across selected media channels. It involves negotiating with publishers and platforms, securing the right inventory, and managing the financial and operational aspects of campaign delivery. Effective media buying ensures that budgets are spent efficiently and that placements reach the right audiences at the right times. First, we have negotiate secure favorable rates and terms with media owners and platforms. Second, purchase, acquire advertising inventory, advertising stock across agreed placements and formats. Deliver, manage campaign trafficking and ensure ads run as scheduled. Optimize, monitor performance, and improve financial efficiency throughout the campaign. Okay, so you need to negotiate the rates, the prices of placing all of these different advertisements in the different media vehicles. You actually have to purchase them, and then you have to ensure that the ads run as scheduled, right? So meaning to say that you've got to monitor this and optimize, monitor performance. Is it, does it fulfill the objectives that you had in mind, right? Is it bringing you the sales that you've wanted? Planning versus buying, two distinct disciplines. While media planning and media buying are closely related and often handled by the same team, they represent distinct phases with different priorities. Planning is a strategic exercise, buying is an operational and commercial one. Understanding the distinction helps allocate the right skills to each stage of the campaign process. So we have media planning, strategy, defining how media will achieve campaign objectives, audience, identify target segments and their media habits. Media selection, choosing the right channels, formats, and environments. Scheduling, determining reach, frequency, and timing patterns. So that is media planning. When you buy, it is negotiation, placement execution, cost management, and post-campaign. So negotiation, securing the best rates and added value packages. Placement execution, trafficking, creatives, and confirming bookings. Cost management, tracking spending against budget in real time. Post-campaigns, monitoring whether they have been going on as planned, isn't it, right? So that is also very important, whether you fulfill the objectives and whether everything has gone according to plan, right? So you evaluate after the ad ends how the campaign performed, whether the objectives were achieved, what worked, what did not, right? And so that's what it means. So media planning, you're planning for the media plan, for using the media. You must have a strategy, an audience identified, which media mix, and also determining the schedule. Okay, so the role of media buyers. Media buyers are commercial specialists who sit at the intersection of strategy, finance, and relationships. Their ability to secure the right placements at the right prices and to hold media owners accountable for delivery is central to campaign success. So you negotiate rates, leverage agency buying power. If it's a big agency, you can possibly get a lower rate, isn't it? Because you buy in bulk. And market knowledge to secure below rate card pricing and added value elements. Secure placements, book inventory across agreed channels, ensuring alignment with the media plan's targeting and scheduling requirements. Monitor delivery, track live campaign performance, confirming impressions, airings, and placements are delivering as contracted, as found on the contract, as indicated in the contract. Ensure compliance, manage contracts, and hold partners accountable to agreed terms, including make goods for under delivery. So this is also very, very important, of course. And it's very important that it's not only the media planning and the media buying that goes okay, but so Make goods are compensation given by media owners or publishers when an ad campaign underdelivers. Yeah, so what sort of compensation? Yeah, so a website may promise 1 million impressions but only delivered 800,000 impressions. So the publisher may offer extra ad placements, bonus impressions, extended campaign duration, free ad space. So these are known as make goods. Okay, next, direct buying versus programmatic buying. The rise of programmatic technology has fundamentally changed how advertising inventory is purchased. Today, media buyers must be proficient in both traditional direct buying relationships and automated programmatic systems, each with distinct advantages and trade-offs. So we have direct buying, human negotiation with media owners, fixed pre-agreed pricing and placements, greater transparency and editorial control, better suited for premium brand safe environments. Relationships drive added value and exclusivity. We have programmatic buying, automated bidding through demand side platform and ad exchanges, dynamic pricing based on real-time auction signals, highly scalable with granular detailed audience targeting, right? Enables real-time optimization and A/B testing. You can compare two versions of something, two ads, for example. Version A, you choose the buy now headline. Version B, shop today headline, which is more effective in terms of clicks, sales, engagement, and conversions. Greater efficiency, but reduced placement visibility. So you can look at Google Ads, Meta Ads Manager, DV360, about DSP. Yeah, so look through these different websites and study on DSP. Okay, real-time bidding. Now, DSP is the tool or the platform used to buy advertisements. RTB is the process or method of buying ads through live auctions. DSP uses RTB. Yeah, so real-time bidding is the automated process through which programmatic advertising is transacted in the milliseconds between a user loading a web page and the page fully rendering. An entire auction takes place. Advertisers bid for the right to show their ad to their specific user. The highest bidder wins the impression. So user visits, bid requests, advertisers bid, and then there's the winning ad. Yeah? So RTB enables advertisers to bid at the individual impression level, targeting specific users based on behavioral, demographic, and contextual signals. This precision dramatically improves targeting efficiency, but also introduces risks around transparency and brand safety. Okay, so there's a method of buying ads through live auctions, for example. So DSP uses RTB to buy ads. Factors influencing buying decisions. Media buying decisions are rarely straightforward. Buyers must weigh a complex set of variables simultaneously, balancing campaign goals against market conditions, available inventory, and platform quality to make the best possible financial and strategic choices. So you have campaign objective, which you need to have. Awareness campaigns, for example, prioritize reach and frequency. Conversion campaigns, demand precision in targeting and measurable action. You have inventory availability. Premium placements may be sold out or restricted, forcing buyers to adapt channel or timing strategies. Audience quality. Not all impressions are equal. The relevance and engagement level of the audience determines actual value. And seasonal demand. You have high demand periods such as Q4. Yeah, so Q4 is basically from October to December. Sporting events and election cycles increase competition that push costs up. Okay, so when you talk about premium placements for ads in media vehicles, they refer to the best advertising spaces. For example, homepage banner on a famous news site, prime time TV slot, right? So 8 o'clock, for example, the 8 o'clock news is the prime time TV slot. YouTube masthead, billboard in a busy area. There's a lot of traffic, right? So that is where it's really, really busy and a lot of people will be watching it, right? Will be looking at it. So this is where you want to put, right? The ad itself, right? So and then front page app placement, yeah, home page, isn't it, of an ad, right? So when you talk about the YouTube masthead, it's the premium ad placed at the top of the YouTube homepage. Okay, so it's one of the most visible ad format, right? So of course it's more expensive. So these spots are highly visible and there's high traffic, and it's more expensive and it's limited. Premium versus remnant inventory. Not all advertising inventory is created equal. Understanding the distinction between premium and remnant inventory is critical for making informed trade-offs between budget efficiency and placement quality. You have premium inventory, the best placements a media owner has to offer, sold directly, often at fixed or negotiated rates. Homepage takeovers and above the fold positions, pre-roll and mid-roll video and high quality content, guaranteed delivery and brand safe environments, higher CPMs, cost per thousand, but stronger engagement and brand lift. Okay, so examples of pre-roll and mid-roll platforms: YouTube, the ad before the video is the pre-roll, the ad during the long video is the mid-roll. Yeah. Streaming platforms, some streaming platforms with ads also use this. Netflix, that has an ad-supported plan, Disney Plus, Hulu, Spotify video podcasts, yeah, may also have these different pre-roll, mid-roll kind of strategies. Remnant inventory, unsold advertising space made available through exchanges after premium sales, purchased at a discount through programmatic ways. Below the fold or less visible page positions available at significantly reduced cost per thousand, less predictable placement, context useful for reach extension and retargeting at scale. Media buying timing strategy, of course, now is the school holidays, so airplane ticket prices, people are looking for them. Yeah, people are looking for them, sales will go up. So when you buy media, it matters almost as much as where you buy it. When you buy matters as much as where you buy. Timing has a direct and measurable impact on the price you pay for inventory. Experienced media buyers leverage market cycles to negotiate better rates and identify windows when competitive pressure is lower. So you have festive seasons, Q4, as in October to December, holiday periods drive the highest media costs of the year as advertisers compete intensely for consumer attention. Peak events, major sporting events, right? We have football, we have tennis periods, isn't it? Award shows, cultural moments command premium prices for live and associated inventory. Election periods, yeah, we have political advertising that floods media markets, causing significant inventory inflation, particularly in broadcast and digital video. Off-peak windows, January, midsummer, and post-election periods present real opportunities for negotiation, added value, and lower cost per thousand. So this is how it is. Media buying timing strategies also are affected by seasons. Media buying problems. The modern media buying landscape is not without its pitfalls. Understanding the most common challenges helps professionals protect budgets, maintain brand integrity, and hold partners accountable. You have common media buying challenges. Despite significant advances in ad technology and measurement, media buying continues to face structural challenges that undermine campaign efficiency, brand safety, and financial accountability. These problems are not rare edge cases. They represent systemic issues that affect campaigns at scale. You have budget inefficiency. Poorly planned or misallocated budget results in overspend on low-performing placements and underinvestment in high-value channels. Fraudulent traffic. A significant portion of digital ad spend is wasted on non-human traffic generated by bots and click farms, right? Poor transparency. Advertisers frequently lack full visibility into where their ads appear, who sees them, and what fees are being deducted along the supply chain. Inventory oversaturation. Excessive ad volume within significant environment reduces individual ad effectiveness and drives down audience engagement. So you have non-human traffic, which means they're bots, fake accounts, automated software, not real humans. These systems can view ads, click ads, watch videos automatically, and bots act like humans, right? So all of these provide, non-human traffic, and they're not real people who are watching it, right? It's basically AI there. So digital advertising fraud. Advertising fraud is one of the most costly and persistent problems in digital advertising. The ANA estimated that billions of dollars in digital ad spend are lost annually to fraudulent activity. Understanding the main fraud typology is essential for protecting media budgets and maintaining accurate measurement. Fake clicks and click fraud. Automated scripts or paid human click farms generate false engagement signals, artificially inflating click-through rates and depleting pay-per-click budgets. Bot traffic, non-human traffic from bots, mimics real user behavior, causing impressions to be counted without any genuine human exposure. Impression fraud. Ads are loaded in hidden iframes of stacked behind other ads, recording an impression without the ad ever being seen by a real person. Domain spoofing. Low quality sites disguise themselves as premium publishers in the programmatic supply chain, deceiving buyers into paying premium prices for fraudulent inventory. So paid human click farms, real people paid cheaply to click ads, like posts, watch videos, create fake traffic, usually done in large numbers. So you have paid human click farms, yeah, where real people are paid cheaply to click ads. So, pretending that there's a lot of clicks, a lot of people liking and so forth. False engagement signals, making people think it is good, right? So false engagement signals, making people think it's good. Hidden iframes. An iframe is like a small hidden box on a web page, and fraudsters may load ads inside invisible boxes, making ads tiny or place them outside the visible screen. So the ad technically loads, but humans cannot see it. Stacked behind other ads. Multiple ads are layered on top of each other. 5 ads loaded in the same spot, but only one is visible. The advertising system may still count all 5 ads as impressions. Recording an impression. An impression means an ad was loaded or displayed. Advertisers often pay based on impressions, right? So that is the problem when you have stacked, multiple ads that are layered on top of each other, and then only one is visible, but the advertising system may still count 5 ads as impressions. That is, a problem now, because when you talk about impression, it's you want this particular ad to be counted in terms of impressions, isn't it? Your particular ad, not all 5, because that would send a fake message, right? That would send a fake message. Recording an impression. Impression means an ad was loaded or displayed, so advertisers often pay based on impressions, which makes it worse. The problem, the advertiser thinks people saw my ad, but actually nobody saw it, or only one ad was visible, so money is wasted. And a simple example is a company pays 10,000 ringgit for banner ads, but fraudsters hide the ads behind web pages or stack many ads together. And the result is the impression increases, but real humans never see the ads. So some websites fake ad views by hiding ads or layering them behind other ads, causing advertisers to pay for impressions nobody actually saw. And you talk about domain spoofing. Fake or low quality websites pretend to be famous or premium websites, so advertisers will pay more for ads. So lots of issues there. Yeah? Transparency issues in media buying. Transparency, or the lack of it, is one of the defining challenges of modern programmatic advertising. As the supply chain between advertiser and publisher grows more complex, with multiple intermediaries taking fees at each stage, it becomes increasingly difficult for advertisers to know exactly what they're buying and what they're paying for. So we talk about placement uncertainty. Advertisers often cannot confirm exactly which websites, apps, or content environments that their ads appear in, particularly in open programmatic exchanges. Okay, real audience exposure. Reported impressions may not reflect genuine human exposure, with discrepancies between served impressions and verified viewable impressions. Hidden intermediary fees. Multiple technology vendors, data providers, and trading desks extract fees from each dollar spent, reducing the proportion that reaches actual media placements. Yeah. So they could be, a company can spend 100,000 digital ads, but the money passes through the agency and DSP, ad exchange, SSP, data provider, verification company, reseller, publisher network, and so many other stakeholders. Each one takes fees, commissions, percentages. So maybe only 50,000 to 70,000 actually reaches the publisher showing the advertisement itself. So you give the agency 100,000, but it can, be distributed to many other people other than the publisher themselves. So that's kind of a big problem. Brand safety concerns refers to the risk that an advertisement appears in a context that is inconsistent with or damaging to a brand's values and reputation. In programmatic environments, the sheer scale and speed of automated buying makes it difficult to guarantee that every impression is served in an appropriate editorial environment. So harmful content ads may appear adjacent to violent, explicit, or otherwise objectionable content, creating a perceived association that damages brand reputation. Political extremism, placement near radical political content, whether far left or far right, can expose brands to public backlash and consumer boycotts. Misinformation and fake news. Advertising on sites known for spreading misinformation can inadvertently provide financial support to harmful publishers while damaging advertiser credibility. So there could be harmful content if the placement of the ad is near radical political content. That's also going to affect their brand. And of course, ads could be on websites which spread misinformation, which is of course a problem as well. The ad fatigue problem: when ads are placed safely and viewed by real humans, overexposure can undermine their effectiveness. Ad fatigue occurs when consumers are exposed to the same or similar advertising messages too frequently, leading to diminishing returns and negative branding perceptions. What causes ad fatigue? Excessive frequency. You see the ad too many times, so you're tired of the ads. Poor creative variety across a campaign flight. Retargeting without frequency caps. Yeah. Broad reach without audience segmentation. Right. So you are just going for the masses rather than identifying the audience segment. Yeah. So retargeting means showing ads to people who already interacted with your brand. You search for shoes on a website, later you keep seeing the same shoe ads on YouTube, Instagram, or websites, and that is retargeting. Yeah. So showing ads to people who already interacted with your brand. And this can be a problem, of course, because you are the same person who sees, the same shoe ads on YouTube. Media inflation. Media inflation is the structural tendency for advertising costs to rise over time, driven by the imbalance between growing advertiser demand and constrained supply of quality inventory. This is particularly acute in digital video advertising, where premium streaming and social video inventory is high in demand but limited supply. So demand increases, more advertisers enter the market, and existing advertisers shift budgets toward digital, especially video formats. Inventory becomes limited. Premium placements, particularly pre-roll video, connected TV, and top social placements are inherently limited. Platform raise rates as competition for limited inventory intensifies. Platforms and publishers raise floor prices and minimum bids, inflating overall market costs. Instagram and so forth. Right, so setting the media budget. How much should you spend on advertising? The answer is rarely simple. Budget setting requires balancing ambition against reality, aligning financial decisions with strategic goals, and accounting for competitive and market dynamics. What drives media budget decisions? Media budget decisions are influenced by a combination of internal factors such as campaign ambitions and financial constraints, and external factors including market conditions and competitive intensity. A well-constructed budget reflects all of these variables rather than defaulting to a simple percentage of revenue or last year's spend. Campaign objectives: the ambition level of the campaign. Reach, awareness, conversion sets the baseline resource requirement. Competitive intensity: markets with aggressive competitors require high share of voice investment to remain visible and competitive. Financial capability: ultimately, budgets must align with organizational financial capacity and improve marketing investment levels. Market conditions, economic environment, seasonality, and media cost inflation all affect the purchasing power of a given budget. Modern budgeting approaches, you have traditional budgeting approaches. They are being replaced by more sophisticated data-driven approaches. Contemporary media budgeting leverages technology, performance data, and AI to allocate spend more precisely and adapt to changing conditions in real time. So you have performance-based budgeting. Budget is allocated based on measurable outcomes, channels, and formats that demonstrably deliver results, receive more investments. Yeah, flexible budgeting, reserve funds are held back and dynamically allocated throughout the campaign period based on emerging opportunities and performance signals. AI assisted optimization, machine learning platforms analyze performance data at scale to recommend real-time budget reallocation across channels and placements. Data-driven allocation, attribution models, and audience insights inform how budgets are distributed across the funnel and across platforms. So there are different modern budgeting approaches that are important to know, of course. And you have machine learning platforms, there are AI powered systems that analyze advertising data, detect patterns, make smart decisions automatically, Google Ads, AI, and so forth. So this is also important, yeah, to look at when you talk about AI. Objective and task budgeting. The objective and task method is widely regarded as the most strategically sound approach to setting a media budget. Rather than starting with a number and working backwards, it begins with the desired outcome and builds the budget from the ground up, ensuring that financial decisions are grounded in strategic logic. The method is more demanding than a percentage of sales or arbitrary budgeting, but it produces budgets that are directly tied to outcomes. It forces clarity on what the campaign needs to achieve and what it will take to get there, and whether the resulting cost is justifiable given expected returns. The allocation across platforms. A well-structured media budget is not allocated uniformly. It is distributed strategically across channels and formats based on where in the consumer journey each platform plays the most effective role. Different campaign objectives require different spending priorities and channel emphasis. So you have awareness, we have channels, video, display, and social media. These are best suited to build broad reach and brand recognition at the top of the funnel. Consideration and search, paid search channels, retargeting, display, and comparison content. These channels capture active purchase intent and convert awareness into evaluation. Conversion channels, performance, social, paid search, and shopping campaigns, highly measurable and optimized for direct response actions and final purchase. Final purchase decisions, retention channels, CRM, customer relationship marketing, email marketing, and loyalty programs, lower cost channels that maintain relationships with the existing customers and drive repeat purchase behavior. And these are the references. Thank you.